So yes, thank you. So our final reader tonight. It's always a bit of a planning these series. There is some planning that goes into it, and there is some kind of like measuring of the first reader to the last. And the last reader of the night is always someone that you believe will help us leave on the right note. And so tonight, Jacqueline Turner is that person. No pressure, Jacqueline. Don't suck. Okay. But before we get to that, which you won't, there's absolutely no question about that. We're going to talk about The Ends of the Earth, her book, which is right here, for sale, which is an amazing piece of work from ECW Press. And let's get to the wine pairing. Prick up your taste buds, along with your poetry palette, and get ready for Malbec and Jacqueline Turner. Yes. This South American favorite offers a deep garnet robe that enhances the wine's characteristics. The flavors in these words and wine are intense, ripe, and with just a hint of cinnamon. These two go together like ice cream and more ice cream. Jacqueline Turner has previously published 3 books with ECW. No one really knows what ECW stands for. There are several different interpretations of what ECW may stand for or what it once stood for, but no one really believes any of that. 7 to Even in 2006, Careful in 2003 sometime, we're going back in time, and Into the Fold at the turn of the century, or turn of the millennium, pardon me. She reviews for the Georgia Straight, some of you may still read that, and teaches at Emily Carr University of Art and Design and Simon Fraser University. In 2005, she was the inaugural poet-in-residence for the Judith Wright Centre of Contemporary Arts in Brisbane, Australia, and she is a fine poet and an excellent end to the evening. Jacqueline.
Always wanted a wine pairing. Thank you for organizing it. Thank you for everyone at Project Space and for everyone for coming. It's awesome. No pressure reading finally at the end of the night. I thought I'd start with a poem that kind of makes the transition maybe from W2 to here. I have a series of crane poems in this book. So cranes, not cranes like the lovely, poetic, beautiful birds, but cranes as in, things that build things. Yeah. So I'll just read one of those. And this is called False Creek Cranes, as seen from the Granville Island Hotel Bar. As a field of windmills in Andalusia, your Vancouver locale screams Olympics. So loudly, beer glasses clink involuntarily, not wanting to toast your success, but unable to stop themselves from reveling in your hoopla. Only slight concern for the marshy base on which you all rest at the end of the day. So there's a series of those poems. The next thing I want to read, other kinds of monuments. I always talk to my students about the idea of putting emotions onto things and putting emotions onto the social space of the city. So that's what I tried to do in this poem. And it's called Monuments to Audacity. And it's for Brennan at 17. So 1, monument, propeller in the park at Horseshoe Bay. Feathery in a mindscape way, light but still trying to be brighter. Sweet says what falls between us. You smell good sometimes, creases where teen sweat resides, but also folds of baby skin talc. It's ridiculous to say you're all ages, even if you're walking, driving away, even if you say you'll be back by noon, by midnight. You eat a lot and at all hours, drink milk by the gallons or liters, make yourself food poured from cans. So much to tell you now that you're not listening. So many books read out loud, loud and louder. Get to the point. Sooner, in a cracked open way. No strength to tickle, so much taller, and for all that towering, lording over. 2, monument, tree encased in pavement, Granville Street. Sun, in a Vancouver way, that is prepositional, get it? Between the rain. Descending, you were always my reason for being here, even as a speck, a dot, a fingernail's width, like they say in books. Love poured over you, yes, like rain. Anger, too, a glass smashed against a brick fireplace. You felt the tightening. Why pretend otherwise? Just say it all before they say it for you. Anticipate rage. Gauge your own response now. Unfurling, people will connect you to trees, to past, talk about journeys. Cliches bond the unknown, but really, a hand on a steering wheel, a ripped bus ticket is more like it. I held you with the palm of my hand, your head heavy on my chest. 3. Monument, log home, Magna Bay, British Columbia. It's hard to be happy in fall before your favorite season, depth of snow. I'll call you from the beach where I am. I'll still say, wear a helmet, take a jacket. You still tell me when you're leaving. Still hate to be the subject in language and don't like performances. Transform napkins into flowers at the back of the room. Draw what no one will see. Light again, but this time an ache where you used to be. A cloud between us, white and somewhat fluffy, lying on our backs in Magna Bay, the sky moving. Always a truck or bird, rubbing your back until you fell asleep. Woke up so early, my head rattling with caffeine. Sky wet with falling leaves now, raucous yellows. Shiny red and orange slicks, and still green, where you navigate your own awakening. 4. Monument, digital billboard, Burrard Street Bridge. I want to say you're fabulous. Say thanks for passing through. I knew my children were not my children, but life's longing for itself, quote. What the hell is that supposed to mean? Damn prophets and what they always take away. You are the word independence made tangible, arms of it, legs of it, a strong spine too. I want to say I'm not worried about you. Spray paint my faith in you across every brick wall, billboards of wonder at our collaboration. I want to say I'm on your side, I've got your back. Pushing you on a 2-wheeled bike for the first time, wind in your wavy brown hair, light in your golden eyes. I want to maintain these pictures in my mind. Monuments to audacity, to think I could have it all. To think for a second, I have it all. Breathe, breathe, in the palm of my hand. I have it all. And it goes on. This book deals with ends in a number of different ways, endings and ends and edges. And I spent some time in Tasmania, had a residency there for a month, and I had a cottage on the edge of a gorge. And I went traveling around, and I found myself on a beach one day, and I just felt like I couldn't see anything, anywhere, in any direction. And it's like one of those moments where you drop out of time. And so I felt this idea of the castaway. I could be at any time and any place. And so, anyways, I took that idea up in this poem. But one of the ways I took it up is by sourcing other poems. And so this is kind of after a poem called A Castaway by Augusta Davies Webster, and her dates are 1837 to 1894. So I kind of did a structural translation, but I also just kind of was working off that poem. Okay. Poor simple blog. No one cares, as the saying goes, what you had for lunch. It is not Gen X to ask for so little, but rather rack a larger scope, or at least care about the bees dying. As if I could be the veiled future in France, or iron with starch. Oh, fresh laundry, whither your blowing sheets. A looking glass universe? In what soaked out universe, ripe with unctuous glow, lips seethe, there is no brand. With grace, I'll eat my beauty thus. Orgasm pouring a pitcher of milk, smear red where red should be. Triumph a canvas's folded corner. There's a jest. I'm not drunk in the streets of infamous intersections, although I ache with the loss for those who did. Why do I play the hypocrite alone? Do nothing but teach half a dozen names or more. Let no one be above her trade, trace the velvet edge to hear. And whom do I hurt? 'Tis not such a mighty task to pin an idiot to your apron string, or look coolly on why, not owning one anyway. True, one cannot laugh alone, or there let it burn into night, crisp against cool sheets back into headboard. Vex the old is a blazing tract. Stupid clutch gathering useless memory and ticket after ticket stub. No hackney dirge of better days. A wild whim instead here on the edge, pressing hands to hips, pushing down, stride and stride again, whisper, tingle, shout, tangle, yeah, render, yeah, again. Snatch a chance and oust some good girl, or bring any half of us into the fold of a dream. Summer roses and soft greenhouse air, to never guess 'tis winter. Another thing that I was thinking about in this book was the opposite of ending, the perpetual, and how to keep it going. So I'm going to end with this poem that's called Perpetual. Time keeps moving. Motion matters in moments of discontent. Spin makes the difference. So lightly, you continue to shine off the rocks of this particular island, figured as a phone booth, where the phone never stops ringing. And it's always good news. You got it. You won it. You finally did it. You were at least nominated. Inevitable saturation fails to bliss us out completely. So you continue. Hello, you say again. Anticipation and reception align, and the desire side of the curve slips, and so it gushes forth without end. Thank you.
That was awesome. It was a great ending. Thanks, everybody. Stay as long as you like. Books are right here. Wine is back there.